Hey everyone, it's Carl again from Swim Smart. Wanted to do a quick tutorial. Well, this one may not be quite as quick compared to the others, but this is a tutorial on our overtraining monitor. So this is probably not for everybody. Maybe this is more for our college coaches who really train their kids hard. And one of the things that we worry about is overtraining, right? And there's a whole talk and section about overtraining in the books and resources that we have, so I won't go through that in detail, but there's always this difficulty in like, okay, how do we know that we've hit that point? And one of the ways that you could know that, and this is actually researched, and I have the references down here. Actually, some of it was done in swimmers themselves, but you could use this questionnaire called the Short Profile of Mood States, this POMS calculator. And basically, what it is, it's you give it to the kid. You give this list of feelings to the kids, and they have to rate how they feel in that moment for each of them. So on a 0 to 4 scale. So like, am I unhappy? Is it a little bit of the time, moderately, quite a lot, not at all, ashamed, energetic, hopeless? So you have all these things. And so what they would do is, like, preseason, you would get a baseline, and they'd type in the numbers that they thought they were. So 1, 2, 4, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 3, stuff like that, okay? And then the Excel sheet basically calculates their mood. So it turns your mood into a number. And it explains how to use this. I have an explanation of what the scores mean if you want to dive into it. But basically what you do is you start out with a baseline, and then as the kids are training, there's an 80% correlation. If their mood changes by 25% or more in a negative way, there's an 80% correlation that they're kind of being overtrained, because the physical, breaking down is starting to affect their mentality. Okay, so let's say you do a preseason questionnaire, you get a number, and then like 6-8 weeks into the season, you send them the questionnaire again, and they start filling it out again, and the numbers are kind of changing. Whoops, not 23. 4, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you can see here, and I'll zoom in a bit for you. The total mood disturbance, this is really the most important number. You can kind of ignore the rest of this, but the total mood disturbance number starts to adjust. And you can see it on the graph. It kind of automatically graphs, like our baseline was in the 97 range. Now we're, almost to 100. So, and then again, there's more explanations on where to look and where to find this. But our total mood disturbance here is 2.1. Okay, so, oh, you know what? Maybe I need to put in some more numbers to make it more obvious. Okay, so if our mood disturbance changes too much, that means that we're getting overtrained. All right, and what I've done in this calculator is at the bottom here, you'll see that there's different tabs to that if you wanted to send these out to your kids, that you could do that with. So first you would send out a baseline, and so it would just have this one column in there, and then maybe a few weeks later you send in another column, and you don't let the kids see what they did before, right? You don't want them to be biased by that. And then you do it maybe one more time through the season, then one more time at taper. So let's go through a couple examples of what's a normal change in the mood over a season and what's an abnormal and overtraining. So this first example these are just made up numbers to give you an idea of what this should look like. So we filled out all these numbers throughout the season, and this is our total mood disturbance. This is probably our most important number here, is these 14 and 22. And as long as these numbers stay under 25, we're happy, right? So the mood went up, and then towards taper it went back down because the kids are feeling better and they're resting a little more. And that's it. This is kind of exactly what we want to see. We want to see we don't want the mood to go up, but we're okay with it going, their disturbance going up a little bit, just not too much. So this is kind of an example of a good season, right? But what about a bad season? What if we've like really hit them hard, 2-a-days, 3-a-days, and well, now you can see that their total mood disturbance here, especially on the third time we gave it, is up to 70, 71. So this is too much, right? So now we are worried that we've overtrained them, and you can see that the graph is really kind of shot up, and that's kind of how you would use this questionnaire. So you send it out preseason, a couple times throughout the season, and you kind of see the difference at the change in their mood throughout the season. If it's too much, maybe you tell yourself, well, maybe I'm hitting them too hard and I need to back off. And that's kind of what you would do. So it's kind of a weird, counterintuitive thing to do, but it might be something that's, somebody out there in the college world would want to research some more or practice with their swimmers. You don't have to tell them what the results are if you don't want to. But the research is here at the beginning of the screen if you want to read about it and learn about it. And we thought it would be kind of neat to have a calculator to do that for you instead of you kind of, punching in, on your phone all these numbers. So let me show you real quick where to get this. I'll move myself out of the way. You go to our website, swimsmarttoday.com. Under the bookstore tab, there's a free downloadables where you can get this Overtraining Monitor. So you download the Excel. It gives you all this information. You can copy and paste the columns and send them out to your kids by email. Hopefully one day this is in a nice, good-looking app. For now, we are old school. If you want to learn more about overtraining in general, I would recommend the Biology of Swimming book. There's a whole chapter in there about overtraining, what it means, how you look for it, other ways other than just this questionnaire. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully this is useful, and we'll see you guys around for the next time.